Hello everybody, and welcome to the return of the vlog. I know a lot of people have been kind of requesting that I go back to doing this, and so I have indeed gone back to doing this. It's the return of the vlog. I think that would be inherent in what I just said. So, yeah, welcome back to the return of the vlog, and I'm kind of excited to do it, but at the same time I'm feeling a little bit dubious about it. I always have with the vlogs. It always just sort of feels weird having the camera pointed at me, and you know, it freaks me out. The unblinking eye, you know, sort of like the eye of Sauron, just sort of staring at me atop the tower that is my monitor. So yeah. Anyway, so for just a general thing, as with all of the previous vlogs, if you have any ideas, questions, or requests, you know, you just sort of send them in the comment section below on Facebook or Twitter, and I'm now on Google+, though I still haven't really worked on that yet. I said Google, okay fine, you can give my channel a Google Plus account, and I haven't really done anything with it. Feel free to add me though, if you want to. I am at some stage actually going to go through to that and be like, okay, it is time to configure you, and just, you know, dedicate like 10 minutes to that at some point. I'm still working on the tactics guides, and in fact, I just finished doing a couple of quick guides, like 5 seconds ago. Like before I was like, okay, I've just finished this guide, and then suddenly I was like, I should do Return of the Vlog. And that's literally how it went. So now I have done Return of the Vlog right after doing those tactics guides. It was pretty awesome. I really enjoyed it. Sometimes I give myself like a little bit of extra sort of fun things to say in the tactics guides, just because it makes it more fun for me. I know that some of you enjoy those, but really, I'd like to say they're there for you, but they're not really. It's just I put those things in there because some of them are just really, really fun to say. It's always good to say fun things. It's always good. And of course, I'd like to tell you guys that I've been working really hard on those tactics guides. Really, I haven't. Yesterday I was like, okay, I'm going to sit down and I'm just going to go through them one after another, just like bang, 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 and kapow, upload them. And what happened was, I sort of semi-finished 2, and then a friend of mine was like, hey, do you want to play like a game of Starcraft, like one of the games in the arcade? And I was like, okay. That one game turned into maybe 20? It was a lot. It was quite a few games. We played so many of the arcade things, and then a whole bunch of the actual normal mode. We just sort of 1v1'd, and we haven't played Starcraft in ages. It was just like ineptitude on both sides. It was horribly embarrassing. If anyone had seen that, they'd just been, wow, okay, ooh, that was terrible. I mean, some of the things we did, like, I was playing Terran at one point, and I was like, I am going to build a factory, like, I'm going to rush in with Hellions and stuff. I accidentally built a Ghost Academy, and for those of you who don't play StarCraft, that is a pretty massive difference in sort of tech path, in terms of units that you unlock. So there I am, running in with ghosts, and I'm nuking him, and he's just like, what? How do you have nukes already? How has this happened? And I said, well, remember, I told you I pressed G instead of F, my mistake, and now nuclear launch detected. It was awesome. I loved nuking him, just sort of right off the bat. It was just like the weirdest thing ever. It was just like, what is this? What is going on? Where did these nukes come from? And suddenly there were nukes, just out of nowhere. It was raining nukes. It was really fun. It was awesome. I had a great time. And then at some point, we were playing this arcade. I think it's called Desert Strike, and it's like this weird sort of tug of war thing where you build units, and then, or rather, you build buildings, and then it sort of sends those units just mindlessly at the opponent, and they do the same thing to you. And the idea is to just kill their buildings and stuff. And we were playing against like a whole bunch of Terran, and I was Zerg, and I was just building baneling nests, nothing but baneling nests. So at the point of the game, it got to the point where they'd have these massive, huge armies that nothing could ever do anything to, and then banelings would just sort of roll into them and explode and kill everything. It was insane. It really was. I mean, it was just, oh, it was so awesome. I loved it. Just banelings are just so cool. Those suicidal exploding units just absolutely destroying everything. They literally could not kill the banelings fast enough. It was just like so many of them. Just a massive field of banelings moving towards them. It was so fun to do. Oh, I had such a great time with that. It was awesome. I'm probably going to return to that at some stage, because that was absolutely fantastic. It was so good. So yeah, and when I'm not doing that, and I'm not working, odds are I've got myself another David Eddings book, because that's what happens. I'm currently on the Malorian series, so I am on the 4th book. I still need the 5th book. And what happens is I get the new book, and then I start reading it, and then I don't stop reading it until I have finished it. So that's like the better part of a day gone, and no videos end up happening because of that, because that's always been the problem with me. Like, I can't put books down. Once I start a story, and it's the same thing with movies and games to an extent, but even more so with books, and that is like, I start reading it, and then I'm just not going to stop until I know what's happened. I am not going to stop until I know everything, until it is finished and utterly consumed. It will not stop. So yeah, it's always good. I enjoy those books. I enjoy some of them. I always used to be kind of anti-reading. I'd read a couple of comics, but I wouldn't really go far beyond that. And yeah, the trouble is that sometimes there are certain books that I just can't resist. Like, once I've got it, it's just I start reading it, and then that's it. I am gone, and it's always been like that. And I think I've always kind of subtly known that. And I always get kind of annoyed, because I know that if I start reading that if I pick that up, that's my whole day gone. I'm not going to be able to do anything else that day. And so yeah, I avoided reading, and it doesn't seem to have worked very well. But hey, what can you do? And of course, some of you might know about the Bloodlust Shadowhunter thing. I'm trying to play a lot of indie games, because I feel like they need a lot more support than some of the bigger games do. Though, of course, we're still playing a lot of bigger games. Like, we've got the Hearthstone beta now, which is absolutely fantastic. I'm having a great time with that. Though the pay-to-win thing really does... it grates on my nerves. Just something insane. It just makes me so angry when something is pay-to-win instead of play-to-win. It really annoys me. But anyway... and going back to the Bloodlust Shadowhunter thing, that is still very much in development. The guy has added more to it. And at some point, once he's added a lot more, we're going to be taking a second look at that. Maybe have a look at one of the other classes as well. Maybe have a look at Rogue or the Mage. They're not called that, but that's what they are in my mind. That's basically what it is in any RPG. They can call them whatever it wants, but in my mind it's always going to be, you've got the Warrior, you've got the Mage, you've got the Rogue, and then you have variations. Like, you'll have Warlocks and Necromancers and stuff somewhere in there, just sort of mixed in there. And usually Necromancers especially are just utterly overpowered. They're terrible right at the start, and then suddenly they just start getting spells, and then it's GG, thank you for playing. You pressed one button and everything in the room is now dead, and you have collected the souls and can now cast that spell again. That's just kind of how it works. So this is probably not going to be a very long vlog, but it is the return of the vlog. Hopefully I'll get better at them. I am a little bit out of practice. I will not deny this fact. I get out of practice, and then it's just terrible. Absolutely terrible. I hope you enjoyed this return of the vlog, and I hope you enjoy the future ones. Remember to send in those ideas, questions, requests, and all stuff like that on Facebook, Twitter, or the comment section below. And at some stage, I promise I will get Google Plus sorted. I know some of you like Google Plus. I haven't done anything with it. I am so slack. I am a slacker. Yeah, sorry about that. I'll get it sorted at some point soon. And cheerio.